Clap along, and yeah, hope you enjoy. From the start to the finish, my friend, from the beginning to the end, repping from the hardest, no easy task. Do what you gotta do, and it'll last. Keep moving forward, never looking back into the past, cause it will just be a distraction, attacking your mental action. If you find some help for yourself, then you'll feel a satisfaction. Coming back in, then you'll make things happen. Never got everybody head bobbing along to my song. This is a young man from BLA, aka Borolula. I got something to say. Everything is going good, gotta find a way to thank God, so I pray for the food on my plate every night and day, and for the warm bed and the roof that's over my head. I said what I said, yes I have dreams, I'm not ashamed. Don't paint us with the same brush, we are not the ones to blame. We are here to make a change that's happening around us, cause the bad vibe is surrounding us, trying to brainwash all of us. Grateful for my family, grateful for my friends, grateful for the love, I will hold it to the end. Grateful for my family, grateful for my friends, grateful for the love, I will hold it to the end. Grateful for my family, grateful for my friends, grateful for the love, I will hold it to the end. Grateful for my family, grateful for my friends, grateful for the love, I will hold it to the end. I remember I was hungry cause my family was always struggling and budgeting for money. Always broke, always used to hope my family would stop wasting money on harmful substances like alcohol and smoke show. My mom would always tell me not to do that, to do this as a kid. Now look on me now, standing in front of the crowd saying the words out loud. That my family must be really proud of what a man I've become. Especially dad and mom, that they had a son that grew up not a screw up, that had fun even though we didn't have none. Sometimes it be a hassle, but kids gotta be careful. Most of the nights I played wasn't that full, but I was always grateful to get food, to stop the rumbling in my stomach. At least it was something so better than nothing to stop you fussing. Grateful for my family, grateful for my friends, grateful for the love, I will hold it to the end. Grateful for my family, grateful for my friends, grateful for the love, I will hold it to the end. Grateful for my family, grateful for my friends, grateful for the love, I will hold it to the end. Grateful for my family, grateful for my friends, grateful for the love, I will hold it to the end. Showing love to my supporters and fans, because I know how it feels to be ignored and embarrassed. After all, sharing is caring. From the darkness I'm emerging, searching for the lonely and broken, healing the ones that be hurting, trying to seek attention, trying to seek affection. That's your only intentions, it's the only interaction with the world that we living in. Some say that rapping comes naturally, while others rap casually. They don't know I'm struggling, but I'ma keep hustling. As long as I'm grinding, my heart gon' keep shining. Cry later, don't forget to keep laughing, so I can keep this comforting songs coming. You know Big T, keep it PG, ain't no need for cussing, I will never stop loving. Grateful for my family, grateful for my friends, grateful for the love, I will hold it to the end. Grateful for my family, grateful for my friends, grateful for the love, I will hold it to the end. Grateful for my family, grateful for my friends, grateful for the love, I will hold it to the end. Grateful for my family, grateful for my friends, grateful for the love, I will hold it to the end. Grateful for my family, grateful for my friends, grateful for my family, grateful for my friends, grateful for my family, grateful for my friends, grateful for the love, and I will hold it to the end. Thank you.
Good morning.
Welcome back to Yirara.
Good afternoon everyone, and welcome to our final math lesson of the week. Congratulations on making it to Friday. I know it's been a long week for a lot of us, so awesome work, great achievement. Let's have a look at what we're learning today. My name is Mr. Liko.
I'm Mr. Keegan.
Cool, and on your first slide you can see that we are learning too. We're going to recap on our workbook tasks from yesterday's lesson. We've done a lot of counting, especially with our times tables, and we're going to see how much of that we can remember in our workbook from yesterday. We're also going to recap on the column method way to solve large number problems. Now, this has to do with addition, and we're going to recap on that and see how confident that you've become in using the column method way. And we're going to use our money counting skills to solve word problems in our new task in our workbooks for today's lesson. Okay, so let's bring you down here to the work desk. And as we focused on page number 20 of our workbooks from yesterday, you can see that we've gone ahead and completed all the rows that we focused on. So we looked at 5, 3, 1, 10, 2, 7, 6, and 8, which leaves us with 2 more to cover. And we're going to use the number chart, and I believe Mr. Keegan also has another strategy that can help you potentially with your 9 times tables. But before we get into our 9s, let's have a look at our 4s. Now, we've done a lot of skip counting, especially with even numbers like our 2s. So 4 is pretty much the same concept. So having a look at 4 times 1, we know that that's 4 because there's only one group of 4. Then by skip counting or counting up in 4s, Mr. Keegan's going to demonstrate that for us.
So we can go by 2s or by 4, so that's 4 there. We know that 4 times 2 is then 8. And again, so we can go 2, 4. 4 times 3 equals 12. And 4 times 4, 2, 4, 16.
Perfect. So by counting up in 4s and using your number chart, the number that you land on, right, will give you that answer. But you need to make sure and check that it is an even number. If you land on an odd number on your number chart, then you might need to redo that again and count back your steps to make sure you get the right answer. Now, you can complete the rest of your 4s in your workbooks. Let's have a look at our 9 times tables. Now, a little bit trickier, but again, we can use different ways to help us with our 9s. So, Mr. Keegan. Yep, cool. So using our number chart is one way. So again, just like how we've skip counted all the other numbers, this time we're going to skip count and count upwards by 9. So 9 times 1 is 9.
We know that, cool. And then we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 times 9 equals 18. We'll do one more, then I'll show you another strategy.
Cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next one, 3 times 9 is 27.
Perfect.
So this way we can see my strategy that I know to make sure that I've got the answer right. I know that the answer down here will always equal 9. So we can see that 9 is 9. We can see that 1 plus 8 equals 9. 2 plus 7 equals 9. Next one will be 3 plus 6. Oh, should just be 36 there, but 3 plus 6 equals 9, and then 4 plus 5, yep. 4 plus 5 equals 9, and again 54, 5 plus 4 equals 9. We'll do one more, and we go 6 and 3, 63, so 6 plus 3 equals 9. That's how you know that your answer is right. If all these numbers here, if you add them together, and they equal 9, that's how you know you're right.
Yeah, perfect. And if you remember your place value, another pattern I can actually see in that is that in the 10s column, you can see that the number is actually going up, and in the 1s column, it's actually coming down, and it will still equal 9. Now, if those two numbers don't add to 9, you might need to recount your steps again, do your counting skills, maybe use the number chart and see if you can get the correct answer. So there's lots of variations, or there's lots of patterns that you can use to improve your 9 times tables or just your times tables in general. So thank you for that, Mr. Keegan. That's a great one. I didn't know that one. Cool. Right, let's move on to our next task to recap from yesterday. Now, we revisited the column method strategy to help us with our task on page number 21, is it? Yep. Page number 21 of your workbooks. Now, the column method is one way that we can use to break down big numbers, break it down into smaller numbers to help us add those much larger problems. So we managed to complete the first 5 rows, I think it is.
Yeah.
Cool. And we've left the last one so we can go over that again for you on camera. So number 16, we have 481 plus 114, 2 big numbers, but we can break that down using the column method strategy. And Mr. Keegan's going to show us how.
Let's make it easy for us. We start in the 1s column, or the right side. 4 plus 1, we know that's 5. 80 plus 10, or 8 plus 1, equals 90, or 9. 400 plus 100, we know that's 500. So the answer for that is 595.
Perfect, nice. Another big number on page number, question number 17. Yep.
And we'll do 521 plus 336. Start in the 1s column again. 6 plus 1, 7, 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 3, equals 8. So that equals 857.
Perfect.
And last one, 230 plus 405. 5 plus 0, we know that has to be 5. 3 plus 0 still has to be 3. 2 plus 4 equals 6. So the answer there is 635.
Cool, and there you have it. So you've just gone ahead and actually solved some big number problems, 3-digit numbers. And you know, sometimes it's numbers that we might be a little bit afraid of, but by using the column method, it actually becomes very, very easy and a really good way to improve your math skills. So thank you for that, Mr. Keegan. And that's page number 21. So our new task for today, and moving on to our final task of the week, we're going to use a little bit of money skills, and this will help us with our counting. And there's a couple of questions at the top there that we will show you and explain before we get into using our money counting skills. So on page number 22, you have the information sheet. So you have word problems at the store. And as you can see, there's lots of different pictures, lots of different items on there at the store with the prices underneath them or next to them. Now you need to read through those carefully to help us with page number 23. Now at the top there, we have the first two questions. We know the cheapest is. Now cheapest means the one that costs the least money. So having a look at those items, which one is the cheapest item on there at the store?
I would say it's the bottle of water at $2.
Cool. So you simply write the bottle of water, and at a very, very cheap price of $2 compared to the other items on that page. I believe Mr. Keegan is right. Now the next one, it says the dearest. Now the dearest is another word for the most expensive, right? The one that has cost the most money. Now there's quite a few big items on there, Mr. Keegan. Which one is probably the most expensive or the most dearest?
I can see that there's a few in the hundreds, but the one with the most is the bike, which is $450.
Yeah, so very, very different to the bottle of water, which is only $2. Now we're taking it right up to the most expensive item on that page, which is the bike, and you are to write down the cost in that table. Now, again, looking at those pictures on page number 22, this will help us with the table below that. Now, we're going to show you the first two questions, and hopefully you can move on and complete the rest of them yourselves. So, question number 1, we have how much will it cost to buy the smartphone and the Spotify gift card together? Now, we know that the Spotify gift card is $99, so Mr. Keegan will write that in the first column, which is the information, right? And the next one is the smartphone, is it?
Yep.
Yeah. And that costs
$100.
Cool, $100. So now we're going to show, perhaps maybe we can use the column method to help us with the working out. So the working out of this is 100 plus 99, or 99 plus 100, either way. Cool. Right, and Mr. Keegan's going to show us how to do that using the column method.
So we know, like before, 0 plus 9, we're starting in the ones column. 0 plus 9 equals 9. Again, 0 plus 9, 9. 1 plus nothing, because there's nothing there, equals $199. Don't forget the dollars.
Yeah, perfect. So in that second column, we really want to see your working out. Now, yes, it's great to write just the answer, but what we're really looking for is how well you can understand and show us just how you managed to get that answer. Now, in the next column, Mr. Keegan's going to write for us in words. This time, we're going to transfer that into words. So we write it exactly as we say it. So 100.
100 and 99 dollars.
Perfect. Now, if you've forgotten how to spell some of those words, turn back to page number 2 of your workbooks, and you'll see a list of numbers along with those numbers in words, and that should help you. Now, you come up with your own sentence. Now, how much will it cost to buy the smartphone and the Spotify gift card? The way I would write it in the sentence is, it costs $199. So see if you can come up with your own sentence, and we look forward to seeing those answers very, very soon. Now, let's have a look at question number 2. How much will it cost to buy a bike and a pair of shoes? So using the information on page number 22, we have the bike at how much?
$450.
Cool. So that's your first piece of information, $450, and you'll write that into that column. And the pair of shoes, I believe,
are $20.
Cool, $20. Now again, we're going to work that out using the column method. So we're going to add those two together. which is what the question is asking you. And let's have a look at the answer that Mr. Keegan comes up with.
So 0 plus 0 has to be 0. 5 plus 2, we know that's 7. And 4 plus 0 is 4. Cool. So the answer to that for shoes and a bike would be $470.
Cool, perfect. So you've got those first two columns there. Now it's your job to write that answer into words and convert that into a sentence and move along and complete questions number 3 to 5. So hopefully we've given you a start. That's enough kind of a demonstration to show you how to complete the rest of those questions. But remember to keep referring back to page number 22 to get your answer. Cool. Thank you for that, Mr. Keegan. And I believe you have some money.
I do have money.
Cool. So if you're stuck with kind of your mental maths, again, we love to be practical. So we've got some money that will possibly help us in terms of finding some of those answers. So I believe let's show how we can use money to work out question number 1.
Number 1, no worries. So we need $100 for the smartphone. We can see $100 like this. We could see $100 also with 2 50s. So we know that 50 and then 100. We can also see $100 with 5 $20 notes. Or getting into lots now, 10 $10 notes. We know that 10 times 10 equals 100. Or we have 20 $5 notes.
Cool. All right. That's a lot of money, Mr. Keegan, you got there.
That is a lot of money. So we'll use the $100 that we have for the smartphone, but we need $99 for our Spotify gift card. So we'll have our 50 here.
And that equals 150 together?
That's 150, but we need 199.
Yep.
So 20 and 20 will make that 190. And then with a few coins, we either have, because we need $4, we can either use 2 $2 coins, or we could use 1 or 4 $1 coins. Another way you could use 50-cent coins and 20-cent coins as well.
Cool. All right, so that's one practical way of showing that answer for question number 1. And $470 using money. Mr. Keegan, if you wanted to demonstrate for us as well.
We'll do this one with 50s. So we have 50, 100. That could be one group of 100. Another 50, 100. That's 2 groups of 100. 50, 100. 3 groups, 50, 100. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. $400 right there. $450. And then a $20 note.
Perfect. All right, and that gives you $470. Now, we don't necessarily, we can use coins, but we didn't need coins in that case because, as you can see, it actually finished on a whole number, as you can see there, in $470. Okay, thank you for that, Mr. Keegan. So, hopefully we've given you enough information in terms of an explanation to complete those tasks in your workbooks. Well done again on making it to the end of this week. And we congratulate you on the awesome work that you're doing back home in community, especially with our students here on campus who are doing some amazing work as well. So let's have a look at what we achieved today. We're able to understand how to use skip counting and the number charts to solve our times tables. We've done that with our 4s and our 9s. Number 2, we used money counting skills, as Mr. Keegan showed you, to solve some word problems on page number 23. And we're now able to understand how the column method can help us add big numbers. And we also use the column method together with the money. So it's a really, really easy strategy to learn, especially when it comes to adding big numbers together. Thank you, Mr. Keegan, for your help. We look forward to seeing you on Monday. But for now, have an awesome weekend. Stay safe, and we'll see you back on Monday afternoon. Bye. Hey everyone, welcome back to our second part of our middle school learning. We are now into integrated learning, but for today, the majority of our lessons today will be based on a video. Now, you know, earlier on in the week, we spoke about Miss Jenny on page number 26 of your workbooks. Now, excitingly, we've managed to meet Miss Jenny, and we've got an exciting video where we get to learn a little bit about herself and her role as a park ranger right here in the NT. So you can finally kind of put a face to a name. I've said Miss Jenny lots on video and on camera. We haven't actually quite met her yet, but now you'll get to see her in a video. So switch your ears on, have a listen, and enjoy all of the amazing things that she's been able to do as a park ranger right here at the NT, especially when it comes to looking after our flora and fauna and caring for country. Enjoy. So in today's episode, we get to meet Miss Jenny. She's going to talk to us about what it's like to be a ranger and her role, and also some of the amazing sites that she's visited right here in the NT. So we're right here in front of the main office, just down the road from Yirara College, literally about not even a kilometre, and we're going to check out some of Miss Jenny's answers. As you can see behind me, we've got some of the two key words we've looked at so far, which is flora and fauna. A great place for us to learn more from a ranger's perspective. Let's check it out.
Hello, year 7 and 8. I'm so looking forward to meeting you. As I said, my name is Ranger Jen. So I work here with Parks and Wildlife, and I have the amazing role of being a community engagement ranger. I'll tell you a little bit more about what that is in a tick. But to give you a bit of my background, I originally come from another land. I'm not a Northern Territorian from birth, like many of you may be, but I have been here, and this has been my home for the last 10 years. So one of the places that I know you guys have been looking at is about Victoria. I'm originally a Victorian, and so that's where all my family are. And my last place was on the Mornington Peninsula. I lived opposite the ocean, and so I had this amazing ocean view, and that we'd walk across the sand dune and we'd be across at the white sands and the rolling beaches. And I swapped all of that for our red sand here, and being in the middle of every beach all throughout Australia. Not that I can get to them all, but I am in the middle of every beach in Australia. So yeah, that's, we moved up here, my husband and I, about 10 years ago, and we ended up moving to Uluru. Uluru was calling, and we've been living there for the last 10 years. And for most of that's actually been in the Mutitjulu community and being part of that and working with parks and and one of the galleries, Maraku Gallery, and with parks there. So it's been quite an amazing journey. And I've been very, very blessed to be working with NT Parks. So let me tell you a little bit about being a ranger. There are so many different areas that you can be a ranger in. It's not just one aspect. I'm really blessed to be a part of the community engagement rangers. And so what that means is that I connect with the community, which is you guys. And I can do different activities around all of our NT parks. Last week or so I did a couple of frog nights in Simpsons Gap just recently with one of my other rangers, and so yeah, we had a fun night exploring frogs, and I know that's what you guys were looking at. So today, which would be last week, when you get to see this, and I know you had Ranger Beck and Ranger Tim exploring the frogs at Simpsons Gap. So I actually was doing that at Simpsons Gap a couple of weeks ago, and at the end of March, I'm going to be doing one on bats. And so it's bringing people from the community together and exploring about, you know, the parks, animals, flora, fauna, you know, all sorts of bits and pieces, you know, frogs, reptiles, whatever it may be, and just connecting with the land and connecting with the land in so many different ways, and to be able to share that with people. So that's the blessing of what my role is about. But being a ranger, sometimes not all our rangers like to do the yap yap. I'm not too bad at doing some of the yap yap. But some of our rangers will be going around and, you know, doing the operations and cleaning up and fixing up fences, and, you know, with all the floods that we've had recently, we all know, you know, some of the land and the erosion that's occurred from all of that. So some of our rangers are taking care and looking after the land management side of things. So you're learning, you know, your fire prevention and a whole range of, you know, land management techniques that they're putting into practice. You've got other rangers that will look at, you know, flora and fauna specifically, or water and, you know, water bugs and quality of water. What would be one of the challenging things as being a ranger? Probably not enough time in a day. There's so many things that we need to be doing, to be looking after our land, to be looking after our country, to be sharing that with one another, you know, with the locals, with tourists, you know, to share our knowledge and to look after our land. That there's usually not enough of us all working in the same direction. My favourite animal, and I'm really biased here, is malu, red kangaroo. The red kangaroo, I just find, are such incredible creatures, and I know many of you would have that as hooker, as food. Not my favourite. They're actually my kids. So I also look after baby joey kangaroos, you know, when they've been orphaned. So, but when you come across them in the wild as well, they're just incredible creatures, and they're big and strong and beautiful. And to see them, you know, continue and go free in the land. But a lot of our creatures, and we don't see a whole heap of them, a lot of our creatures are little ones. And so, you know, your reptiles, we've got such a large array, such a large group of reptiles that are often underground, and they come out, you know, summer times, and, you know, so like your thorny devil that sort of, you know, moves forward and back, and will I or won't I move forward, and then, oh yes I will, and it goes forward and back, and how things adapt, you know, to our climate out here is quite incredible. And so that's what's really special with, you know, our birds, our flora, our fauna. You know, everything has to adapt to a really dry environment, and with, you know, rainfall that can come, you know, a whole year's rainfall can come in one day, and then we'll have nothing for years. So everything's got to be able to adapt to that. So, you know, your flora, your fauna, you know, whether it's your bats or, you know, the little hoppy mice, you know, there's so many really cool creatures that we have out here, and some are underground and we rarely see them. I would say out at Trofena Gorge has been pretty special, and I've only been there the once. So it was just magical in, you know, the colours and the walking into it, and the space and the country out there. It was, yeah, breathtaking. There's so many cool things about being a ranger. One of the coolest is when you're connecting people and the land together, and we're going out and experiencing the land, and it happens to be like the first time that people are actually doing some of this stuff, or that they're scared of and they overcome something. And so to share that experience and to see that change and growth in people when, you know, you're going out and, you know, yeah, it could be a sheer drop, and you know that they're near and they're scared of heights or something, or you know, to actually experience and see the change of the colours in the land and the, you know, the animals. So for me, it's a combination of land and our country and people, and connecting us all together and creating new and amazing experiences together. So if you are looking at being a park ranger, you're probably not going to like my answer. You know that stuff that you're doing at Yirara College, learning, you know, reading, writing, all of that fun stuff, it's actually really, really important, because that's what's going to help you in marrying, you know, the two worlds and two cultures coming together. You know, so keeping at school, learning, you know, the reading, the writing, the understanding, you know, how does that stuff relate to, you know, what we do. And hey, my lovelies, I'm really, really sorry we didn't connect in person this term. We had great plans for doing that. But you know, some things are out of our control, and that's okay too. But what I am really looking forward to is connecting up with each and every one of you next term. And I understand that we're going to be doing some stuff on caring for country. And that is one of my passions. How do we care for country? And who knows, maybe we can be doing that with some of our traditional owners and linking, you know, land, country, culture together. But this term, have fun with what's the difference between our state and territories. You know, you've got a great understanding of the territory here, and then what's going on in some of the other states and territories, and how does that link. So I'm really, really looking forward to connecting up with you guys, and maybe you can share with me of what you've done this term of comparing the territory with another state. So you take care, have fun, see you then.
One day Jesus tells a story that goes like this. A dad had two sons, and one of them said to his dad, "Hey Dad, yeah, when you die, are me and my brother, are we gonna get any money that is yours when you're dead?" And Dad says, "Yeah, maybe if I got some left." And the young son says to his dad, "Well, Dad, I want you to give me the money now." And the dad says, "Really? You want it now? You're just a young fella." The young man says, "Yeah, I want it now." Dad says, "Okay, you can have it now." The young son takes that money, and the next day he goes away. He says, "Goodbye, Dad. Goodbye, brother. I'm going away. I'm taking my money." He goes away to another country. When he gets to the other country, he spends all his money really quickly on eating and drinking and going to parties and having a good time. But soon the money's all gone. All of it. He's got nothing. He thinks, "Oh no, I'll have to go and find some work to get some money." But just about that time, in that land, it stops raining. Stops raining, all the food stops growing. You can still get a little bit of food if you're really, really rich, and you can pay a lot of money. But it costs a lot. Anyhow, the young man, he goes and gets some work looking after pigs. And he's got to look after those pigs. But the money he gets for doing that work, it's not enough to buy any food, because the food in the shop is too expensive. And he looks at those pigs and he's feeling so hungry, he thinks, "I wish I could eat the scraps that the pigs are eating." But the farmer won't let him. He says, "No, that's for the pigs to eat. You want to get food? You go and buy it." The young man thinks to himself, This is no good. If I was home, maybe I could ask my dad, Dad, can I work for you? And then I can get food at home. So he thinks I should go home and say sorry to my dad. I'm sorry I wasted all your money. And the next day he starts heading for home. I wonder what his dad's gonna say. You wasted all that money? You wished I was dead, I gave you my money, and you wasted it all? Ah, if I was his dad, I'd be so grumpy. I'd be grumpy mad. I'd want to whack him. But in the story Jesus tells, at last when the young man gets near home, he's getting closer and closer. His dad sees him coming far down the track. His dad sees him, and then in the story, Jesus says, his dad runs down the road to meet him. He throws his arms around him and hugs him. And he sings out, hey, my young son's come home. I'm so happy. We have to celebrate. Let's have a feast. Let's eat really well tonight. And the young son says, Dad, I'm sorry I wasted all your money. I don't deserve to be your son. Just let me come back and I can work for you. I just want to be home here again. His dad says, no, you're always my son. I love you. I'm just glad that you come home. That's the story for today. Wherever you are, I hope you stay safe, up north or down south, east or west. See you soon back at Yirara College. Bye.
to Yirara.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us on Yirara to You. One of my favourite things to do is to eat food. Sometimes I like to try new or different foods, but I really like to share a meal with all of my family sitting around the table, eating and telling stories. One of my favourite times to share a meal with family is Easter, and that's coming soon. Jesus' last meal with his friends, the disciples, is kind of the start of the Easter story. This meal we sometimes call the Last Supper or the Lord's Supper, is celebrated by Christians all around the world as they remember the meal and especially remember Jesus and what he did for us. Now it has Holy Communion or bread and wine at church. The story of the first of these Last Suppers is in all four of the Gospels, in Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. When the day of the Passover celebration arrived, Jesus sent Peter and John to find a place to prepare the Passover meal. He said to them, "When you enter Jerusalem, you will see a man carrying a water jug. Follow him, and he will show you where to get things ready." Peter and John went to Jerusalem and saw a man carrying a water jug. This was a bit different because it was usually the women who carried the water jugs for their families. They followed the man and he led them to a house. Peter and John told the owner of the house, "Our teacher would like you to show us the guest room where he can eat the Passover meal with his disciples." The man showed them the room. Then Peter and John got everything ready for the special Passover meal. When Jesus and the disciples arrived, there were no servants to wash their feet. Foot washing was an important part of their culture. So Jesus poured water into a basin and began to wash the disciples' feet and to wipe them with a towel. Peter said to him, "Master, you shouldn't be washing our feet like this." Jesus said, "You don't understand now why I'm doing it, but someday you will understand." "No," Peter protested. "You should never wash my feet." "But if you don't let me wash your feet, you can have no part with me," Jesus replied. Peter exclaimed, "Then wash my hands and head as well, not just my feet." They sat down together around the table to celebrate the Passover. Jesus said, "I've looked forward to eating this Passover meal with you before my suffering begins." While they were eating, Jesus said, "What I'm about to tell you is true. One of you will betray me. One of you will hand me over to my enemies." The disciples became very sad. One after the other, they began to say to him, "Surely you don't mean me, Lord, do you?" Judas was near Jesus and asked, "Surely you don't mean me?" Jesus answered, "You have said so." Then Jesus told Judas, "What you are about to do quickly." Judas got up and left the room. The others thought Jesus had told Judas to give something to the poor. A little later, while they were eating, Jesus took bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and gave it to the disciples, saying, "This is my body, given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." Then he took a cup of wine, and when he had given thanks, he gave it to them, saying, "Drink from it, all of you. This is my blood of the covenant. It is poured out to forgive the sins of many people. I won't drink with you again until the day I drink it with you in my Father's kingdom." After the special meal, Jesus went out in the garden to pray. He was talking to his Father. We can do that too. Let's talk to God in prayer. Father God, we thank you for giving us this special way to share the bread and wine in remembrance of Jesus and what he has done for all of us. To remember the sacrifices you made so that we can have life with you now, on earth, and later in heaven. Dear God, please forgive us for doing wrong things and thinking wrong things. Lord, we pray for people who are sick and those who care for them. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Something to think about? How do you celebrate the Lord's Supper or Holy Communion, the bread and wine in your community? You might like to share this story and the other Easter stories with your families. And hopefully you've received your workbooks, the Easter stories at the back of the workbooks. Bye for now. Until next time, take care and may God be with you and your families.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Friday, people. Yes, Friday it is. And looking forward to the weekend. Getting a bit of clouds, but cooler today. And today we continue with our integrated learning. High five, Mr. Tyson. Excellent high five. Now, today's lesson is a language lesson. Okay, it is a language lesson today. And we are going to do some homonyms.
What?
Yes.
What? Hang on, miss. Hang on. We did homo something yesterday. We can't do the same lesson. Homophones. I remember. It was the same. So and so. It was the same.
Dave,
I don't want to do it again.
Okay. Dave, can we just calm down?
Okay.
Calm down.
Okay.
Today's lesson
Yeah.
is homonyms. Homonyms.
Okay.
Okay, not homophones. Yeah. Homophones sounds same spelling, different sound. All about this phone. Remember what Miss Andrea said yesterday, Dave? Yeah. It's about the sound. Same spelling, different sound.
Okay.
So today, Dave, let me explain to you. It is homonyms. Homonyms. Okay. Homo. It is still the same.
Yep.
Okay. Still the same.
All right. They're the same.
Mr. Tyson, could you behave yourself, please? Thank you very much. We're not at the game yet. Can we just slow down on the game? Right.
So they're similar.
Same. And nums means name.
Okay.
So it's the same name.
Yep.
So spelled exactly the same.
And last lesson we did the same sound and different spelling.
There we go. Okay. So now are we on the same page?
I get it now. I get it.
You get it. Okay. Right. Now, I want you to think about this before we start, Miss Brecca. Okay. I am part of a tree, but it's also the sound that a dog makes. So what do you have? What do you think when you say that?
Woof. So bark.
Bark. Okay, let's see, Miss Rebecca. Let's see. The bark of a tree and the bark of a dog. Yes. Bark. Fantastic, Mr.
Homonym. Bark.
That is a homonym. Sounds the same, spelt the same. Different meanings.
I get it.
Right. Now, Mr. Dave, you need to give some other people a chance as well.
Okay.
Right here.
I'll let Tyson and Rebecca have a go.
Okay, right. Excellent. Next one. Miss Rebecca, what word do we have? Right. Bat. Mr. Tyson, what do you think of when you say bat? Batman. Okay, yeah, a bit more real. Oh, yes, a bat, a cricket bat. And what else, Mr.? Yes, Batman is a clue.
Animal bat.
Animal bat. Let's see, Miss Rebecca. There we go. There's our cricket bat. And there is our Batman. Okay, well, Batman, bat. Okay, so, right. Let's look at the second one. The third one. Miss Rebecca, what do we see? Oh, what do we have there? What comes to mind, Miss Rebecca? Let's see the other picture. And what word comes to mind? Watch. Excellent. So we watch television and the watch that tells the time. Excellent. Right, Mr. Dave.
All right.
You are up next.
I got a challenge.
Right. What pictures do we have? Ooh, that's an interesting one. So what words? What's the other picture, Miss Rebecca? What
That
word?
looks like the place you put money, which is a bank.
Okay.
And that looks like the river bank.
Yes, the river bank and the bank that we put money in. Fantastic. Excellent. Woo! We're getting there, people. We're getting there. We're almost done with our lesson and we still have about 5 minutes left. Oof. We've got a word. Mr. Paul, when I say the word ring, what comes to mind?
A telephone.
Okay, the sound. Okay, what else do we have, Mr. Paul, Dave, Mr. Tyson?
Ring on your finger.
Ring on my finger.
Yep.
And so we've got the sound that the telephone makes. We've got ring on the finger.
The boxing ring. Boxing ring.
Oh, that is
one?
But it's more of a square, so I don't understand why it's called a ring.
Yeah, but I think it's a ring.
It's a ring.
Circus ring.
A circus ring and the ring that the children can sit in.
Yeah.
There we go. They sit in the ring and then the piece of jewelry. I didn't have all those other ones in. We had the boxing ring, which is a square, by the way.
Yeah.
And we had the sound the telephone makes. And then we have the next words. Right. So, which ones, what do you think of when we say right?
Tick on the page. You've done something right. It's
Yep,
correct.
excellent. And what
words are
other
correct.
one we have? Which Miss Rebecca gave the clue away, and it is the
Right turn.
The right turn direction. So you have the tick and you have the direction. So homonyms, remember, sounds exactly the same, spelt the same, and has different meanings based on the picture. Do we have any more? I know I don't have any more yet. Do we have any other examples, Mr. Dave? That we can think of?
Maybe.
Anything. Let me think. Ooh, what does the worksheet say? Spring. Spring. What is the spring?
Springtime.
Springtime, one of the seasons.
And something in your pen that makes the pen go up and down.
There we go.
A spring.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dave.
Yep.
So let's have a look. Thanks for helping me, Mr. Dave, and thanks, Mr. Tyson and Ms. Rebecca and Mr. Paul there. Now let's have a look at your worksheet for today. We have it says seasonal homonyms. Okay? So remember, it's spelled the same, sounds the same, different meanings. So let's look at number one. The word is address. Okay, so one, it could be the place where you live. So what is your address? Number 63 Spearwood Road. That's the address. Or it would be to speak directly to an audience, to address the audience. Pastor Basil addresses the audience every day with chapel. Sometimes Mr. Chris speaks to us, and so on. And that is the address. So, when you look at your first one, it says, Sally purchased a dress ticket for her holiday cards, right? Would it be the A or the B? It would be A because she bought something to put on her postcards so she can mail it away. So the second one says, during elections, voters look to representatives to address the issues. That means to talk about it. And that would be B. So you have an A and a B, and you need to match it with the definition. Let's look at number 2. We did bat. Remember, we did bat. A baseball equipment or cricket, and then a kind of winged mammal. Eli hoped he'd see a bat or two during his summer vacation. Would that be a baseball bat, or would that be the winged animal? I think it would be B. And then on opening day, Hazel struck out because her bat was too light. And in this case, they're talking about the baseball equipment or an instrument that you hit a ball with. So you have 3 more to do in your own time. So just a reminder, homonyms sound the same, spelled the same, different meanings. Radio. Have a lovely weekend. See you next Monday. Bye-bye.
A story that goes like this. A dad had 2 sons, and one of them said to his dad, "Hey Dad, when you die, are me and my brother, are we gonna get any money that is yours when you're dead?" And Dad says, "Yeah, maybe if I got some left." And the young son says to his dad, "Well, Dad, I want you to give me the money now." And the dad says, "Really? You want it now? You're just a young fella." The young man says, "Yeah, I want it now." Dad says, "Okay, you can have it now." The young son takes that money, and the next day he goes away. He says, "Goodbye, Dad. Goodbye, brother, I'm going away. I'm taking my money." He goes away to another country. When he gets to the other country, he spends all his money really quickly on eating and drinking and going to parties and having a good time. But soon the money's all gone. All of it. He's got nothing. He thinks, "Oh no, I'll have to go and find some work to get some money." But just about that time, in that land, it stops raining. Stops raining, all the food stops growing. You can still get a little bit of food if you're really, really rich and you can pay a lot of money. But it costs a lot. Anyhow, the young man, he goes and gets some work looking after pigs. And he's got to look after those pigs. But the money he gets for doing that work, it's not enough to buy any food because the food in the shop is too expensive. And he looks at those pigs and he's feeling so hungry, he thinks, "I wish I could eat the scraps that the pigs are eating." But the farmer won't let him. He says, "No, that's for the pigs to eat. You want to get food? You go and buy it." The young man thinks to himself, "This is no good. If I was home, maybe I could ask my dad, 'Dad, can I work for you?' And then I can get food at home." So he thinks, "I should go home and say sorry to my dad. I'm sorry I wasted all your money." And the next day he starts heading for home. I wonder what his dad's gonna say. You wasted all that money? You wished I was dead, I gave you my money and you wasted it all? Ah, if I was his dad, I'd be so grumpy. I'd be grumpy mad. I'd want to whack him. But in the story Jesus tells, at last when the young man gets near home, he's getting closer and closer. His dad sees him coming far down the track. His dad sees him, and then in the story, Jesus says, his dad runs down the road to meet him. He throws his arms around him and hugs him. And he sings out, hey, my young son's come home. I'm so happy. We have to celebrate. Let's have a feast. Let's eat really well tonight. And the young son says, Dad, I'm sorry I wasted all your money. I don't deserve to be your son. Just let me come back and I can work for you. I just want to be home here again. His dad says, no, you're always my son. I love you. I'm just glad that you come home. That's the story for today. Wherever you are, I hope you stay safe, up north or down south, east or west. See you soon back at Yirara College. Bye.
You ain't ready. You ain't ready. You ain't ready for change. Only you can make the changes. Coming home in the paddy wagon, probably cause of the window you were smashing. Then with your friends the next day at school bragging, and maybe wagging with your pants swagging, talking about this and that, looking at your friends, you wanna copy that. Don't be a copycat, cause you will fall and stumble. Can't trust anybody these days, and family get you in trouble. Drinking grog, smoking drug, puffing and sniffing on the spray, damaging your lungs, letting in the chemical gas. You ain't no gangster with your red and blue brass. It's Australia, represent the flag. In the darkness, trying to find my way out. Keep my motion flowing, going to shout it out. Got a lot going on, my thoughts in my mind making me blind. It's okay, let me freestyle and spit my rhyme. I hate it when the kids getting caught up paving their life for crime. Looking at you think it's a movie. I know, goofy, I'm my dark side, trying to find the light. Go home now and hurry. Stop making your mom and dad worry. Getting cop chase, better tighten up your shoelace. Get ready to own up to your mistakes. Kids, parents going to prison. Parents, kids don't listen. Late at night they're missing. Walking around town all night. Think you're cool, but you're a fool. You know that ain't right. Listen to this song, cause we made this. Underage kids getting locked up, we need to change this. Your favorite rapper Tupac said we need some changes. Here's the message, so take it. And I hope one day you can make it too. So that's the truth from me to you. I hope you can get it through to your friends and family. If you're with me, then stand with me. Go home now and hurry. Stop making your mom and dad worry. Getting cop chase, better tighten up your shoelace. Get ready to own up to your mistakes. Go home now and hurry. Stop making your mom and dad worry. Getting cop chase, better tighten up your shoelace. Get ready to own up to your mistakes.
I wanna walk around town with anybody on me, but now I gotta run when they coming for me. I'm just tryna chill in harmony, cause everybody be telling me breaking here, breaking there. When you get locked up, your friends won't care. Now you got your moms on the knees and praise. Let her not before she goes to sleep, cause she loves and mischief heap. Hoping nothing will ever happen to you when you're doing time, cause the crew made you do the crime. Saying this from behind, made you full of regret. Wishing you could rewind so you could reject all the bad things you did as a kid. Made you live, but it's doing what you did. Following your footsteps when you smack to know what's coming up next when you're skipping the friends. But that's all in the past now, after time will pass now. Negativity all around in this town. Gotta be a role model before that right now. Got my boom ring happening, my clapstick clapping, my feet on my ground, gotta turn my life around.
Hey! Go home now and hurry. Stop making your mom and dad worry. Getting cop chase, better tighten up your shoelace. Get ready to own up to your mistakes. Hey! Go home now and hurry. Stop making your mom and dad worry. Getting cop chase, better tighten up your shoelace. Get ready to own up to your mistakes. Hey!
Break it down, break it down, break it down, break it down. Only you can make the changes. Only you can make the changes.
Hey!
You ain't ready. You ain't ready. You ain't ready for change.
Only you can make the changes. Coming home in the paddy wagon, probably cause of the window you were smashing. Then with your friends the next day at school bragging, and maybe wagging with your pants swagging, talking about this and that. Looking at your friends, you wanna copy that. Don't be a copycat, cause you will fall and stumble. Can't trust anybody these days, and family get you in trouble. Drinking grog, smoking drug, puffing and sniffing on the spray, damaging your lungs, letting in the chemical gas. You ain't no gangster with your red and blue rags. It's Australia, represent the flag. In the darkness, trying to find my way out. Keep my motion flowing, going to shatter that. Got a lot going on, my thoughts in my mind making me blind. It's okay, let me freestyle and spit my rhyme. I hate it when the kids getting caught up paving their life for crime. Looking at you think it's a movie. I know, goofy, I'm my dark side, trying to find the light. Go home now and hurry. Stop making your mom and dad worry. Getting cop chase, better tighten up your shoelace. Get ready to own up to your mistakes. Kids, parents going to prison. Parents, kids don't listen. Late at night they're missing. Walking around town all night. Think you're cool, but you're a fool. You know that ain't right. Listen to this song, cause we made this. Underage kids getting locked up, we need to change this. Your favorite rapper Tupac said we need some changes. Here's the message, so take it. And I hope one day you can make it too. So that's the truth from me to you. I hope you can get it through to your friends and family. If you're with me, then stand with me. Go home now and hurry. Stop making your mom and dad worry. Getting cop chase, better tighten up your shoelace. Get ready to own up to your mistakes. Go home now and hurry. Stop making your mom and dad worry. Getting cop chase, better tighten up your shoelace. Get ready to own up to your mistakes.
I wanna walk around town with anybody harming me, but now I gotta run when they coming for me. I'm just trying to chill in harmony, cause everybody be telling me breaking here, breaking there. When you get locked up, your friends won't care. Now you got your moms on the knees and praise. Let her not before she goes to sleep, cause she loves and mischief heap. Hoping nothing will ever happen to you when you're doing time, cause the crew made you do the crime. Saying this from behind, made you full of regret. Wishing you could rewind so you could reject all the bad things you did as a kid. Made you live, but it's doing what you did. Following your footsteps when you smack to know what's coming up next when you're skipping the friends. But that's all in the past now, after time will pass now. Negativity all around in this town. Gotta be a role model before that right now. Got my boom ring happening, my clapstick clapping, my feet on my ground, gotta turn my life around.
Hey! Go home now and hurry. Stop making your mom and dad worry. Getting cop chase, better tighten up your shoelace. Get ready to own up to your mistakes. Hey! Go home now and hurry. Stop making your mom and dad worry. Getting cop chase, How to tighten up your shoelace. Get ready to own up to your mistakes.
Break it down, break it down, break it down, only you can make the changes. Only you can make the changes.
You ain't ready.
Good morning.
Welcome back to Yirara.
Hey, good afternoon, senior students. We're here with Yirara to you. It's the end of the week. Now, I know, actually, the first joke I'd like to tell that Jaden here from Borroloola is going to find, this will be the funniest one that I'm going to tell him is, here's my joke. You ready? Richmond.
Trash. That is a joke, man.
Yeah, we lost last night. We got flogged. Anyway.
No, that's a funny joke.
No, okay, now we'll get back to being serious again as we look at a couple of science jokes. So, what time do you go to the dentist? At 2:30. 2:30. 2:30.
My tooth hurt, Mr.
Okay. Okay. What did the left eye say to the right eye?
You look right.
No. Hey, between you and me, something smells.
The nose. Oh dear.
Okay. Is this pool? I ask you, is this pool safe for diving? The answer would be it all deep ends. Deep ends, deep. Okay. But because I've gone through some clean dad jokes. Sometimes I tuck my knees into my chest and lean forward, but that's just how I roll. Okay. Why?
We've had this all week. Don't worry. We've had this all week.
Hey, for weeks. Don't.
Well, true.
Why did the kid throw the clock out the window?
Because they wanted time to fly.
Exactly. Yes.
Hey, that's it.
He wanted to see time fly. Oh, okay. Thank you. Why were they? If you go back a few hundred years, they were called the Dark Ages. Do you know why they were called the Dark Ages? Because there were lots of knights in their armour and riding horses with just...
Oh dear. Oh, yes.
Okay. These guys...
tough crowd, Mr. Ball.
Yeah, very tough crowd. Why did the pitcher go to prison?
Because there was a mug shot.
No, because it was framed. Which means that they didn't do it, but they were set up for... Okay.
Framed, yes.
Hey, you want to hear another roof joke? Don't worry, it's probably over your head.
Roof over your head. We're in pain. We're in pain.
What building in New York has the most stories?
Liberty State.
The public library.
Oh, stories. As in...
All the books have got stories in them.
Stories.
Okay, one more.
Last one.
And and the best joke was Richmond by the looks of it. But why can't Elsa have a balloon?
Why can't Elsa have a balloon?
Because she'll let it go, let it go.
Never watched it.
Okay, thank you. At least I'm glad I mentioned Richmond at the start because at least I got you smiling then. Thanks a lot, Jaden. I'm going to go on and do my talking about alcohol and stuff now. So,
there you go. Good
cool.
to know. Good to
Okay,
know.
so while... Oh, that's right. Basketball yesterday sustained a little injury here, so... actually, no, look, while you're here, why don't we talk about it? We could have a bit of a discussion. This is very impromptu and made up as we go. But the worksheet, which Miss Rebecca might zoom down to, says signs to look out for with substance use and abuse. So have a seat again. Let's go back and we'll make it up as we go along. So there goes the script, and
This is the talk show now.
Yeah, talk show
You
now.
are a talk show.
And I'm
We
not.
like Yara to you.
And it's all about what you've heard about. But what would, if you were out with some friends, and let's put it in a perfect world, so they're all 18 and over, so they can all legally drink, okay? And you start to get concerned that they're drinking too much. What would be some signs that might indicate that, oh, I think we've almost crossed the line here? Staggering, yep.
Drowsiness.
Yep.
Yawning.
Okay.
Loss of balance.
Yep.
I wouldn't know because I'd pass out.
And that's another one as well, passing out. So, but you've also got things too, like if some of your mates, you see that if they are staggering and yawning and almost passing out and they go to reach for their car keys, you think, there's trouble. This is potentially not a good...
Give them the turbo.
Yeah, or you give them the what?
Give them the turbo car.
Okay. Or you take the keys off them and say, hey, or you get it. What out in what do you call someone who, or you find someone who hasn't been drinking or wouldn't be over the limit? What do you call that person that might drive you home then?
We can't.
Okay. I did. Or a sober. Do you know that expression, sober?
Sober Bob.
Sober Bob, thank you, yes. So these are some of the things that we can look out for, because we've got to be aware that, like, if I'm not going to jump into a car where I know someone's had too many drinks. If they've had one drink, fine, but if they've had too many, and they have an accident, I don't want to be a part of that, because I value my life.
Fair enough.
Yep. And, or even if look, some of the other things that could, indications is people might start getting aggressive or wanting to argue, or even you might have a quiet mate that starts arguing back and, he's looking to pick a fight or something. You think, hang on, come on guys, let's get
That's when
out
you
of
give
here.
them the left, right, good night.
Okay. And then you take your mate out because you've knocked him out, and you walk him home, drag him home or something. But
yeah, just take him home, tell him the drinks knocked him out.
Okay. So these are some of, look, we're going to go back and have a look at this worksheet now.
And I'm a senior, I didn't say
and look
any
at
of this.
Well, you've already said it, and it's live on TV, so live on Facebook. So we're going to go and have a look at some of these points over here on the worksheet, and then you're going to have some work to do yourself. So thanks, Jaden. What's it say here about use and misuse? Here are some common signs. So finding it difficult to meet responsibilities. This is perhaps more than just a one-off event, but if they're finding it hard to feed the family, finding it hard to make payments, you think, hey, because if they're blowing all their money on the alcohol and stuff, and this happens, then there's warning signs. It might be that they're withdrawing from or not enjoying activities that used to bring you happiness. So they used to be into sport, family, work, hanging with friends, but they're starting to withdraw from that. It might be then worth asking the question, hey, what's going on? Can I help? We're missing you. Might also be it's got the taking part in dangerous or risky behaviours like drink driving, unsafe sexual behaviours, drug use, text messages that are saying inappropriate things, whatever it is, that if they're starting to do those things, again, take people aside, have a talk to them, ask how you can help. It might be that you see behaviour change, like fighting and stealing, arguments with their partner, family, friends, and even losing friends. That they're experiencing signs of depression, anxiety, feeling paranoid. Wow, and all these things happen. Cravings or urgings to use the substance and having withdrawal symptoms when not using it. And this is real. It's not an easy thing to just decide I'm going to stop drinking and it's all over. It's a process. It does take time. It takes support, and you know. But we've got to, if we're heading towards that, we've got to be able to recognise the signs that are there. The second page for today, which is not blank, it's actually an alcohol awareness word search. So I'll leave you guys to sort that out. I'll be back again next week. I hope you have a great great weekend. I hope your team wins on the football, because mine didn't. And some people see it as a joke, but it's really sad. But anyway, hey, have a great weekend. God bless you, and see you next week.
or should I say, this is a new greeting I learnt today from Mr. Tyson. It's, what's goody?
Oh, yeah. Way to go.
Did that work? Okay, I like it. We're going to do some maths. It's Friday. I'm very excited for the weekend. I'm sure you all are too. But we've just got a little bit of measurement work to do, and then we can relax. So it'll be nice. I'm going to... I've got some hecklers at the back, and it's actually a student, so... Jaden, shh. All right, I'm going to get in, and I'm going to do some of the worksheet, and I'm going to talk you through how to estimate a kilometre. So I'm just going to sit down here. All right. Now, this is the page that we're having a look at today. We're not going to do every single activity, but we'll do a bit of it, and I'm going to show you what to do. So in this first, so it's page 28. In this first one, it says use a trundle wheel or a car odometer phone app to measure 1 kilometre. Now, what I'm looking, we're just looking at how far a kilometre is. That's what this question wants. So, a way we can work out a kilometre is underneath here. Now I'm going to shuffle these papers. I hope that's all right. Can we still see everything? Cool. All right, so my way of working out how far a kilometre is by looking at an AFL football oval. Now I had a little look before I came here, so I was prepared, and I know that if we went from one part of the oval and around the perimeter, all right, we're going round, 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 I know that that distance is, and I've got it here, so the perimeter is 474 metres. All right, so if we just went once around the oval, we would be doing 474 metres. We need a kilometre. We're going to do some quick maths. So if we went round twice, this is how far it would be. 474 times by 2. All right, I'm laying it out nicely. 4 times 2 is 8. 7 times 2 is 14. We carry the 1. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus 1 is the 9. So it's 948 metres. All right? We want a kilometre. This is how I've worked this out. If we went once, 474, twice, that's 948 metres. I'm going to round that, all right, up to 950 metres because we're just estimating. And I know, because I play a bit of footy and I've watched a bit of footy, that this line here is called the 50-metre line. How much more do we need to get to a kilometre? We need 50 metres. So I know that if I went once, twice, and then went to the 50-metre line, that would be, so I'm going to say plus 50, that would be 1 kilometre. And I'm going to add it up, 0, 0, 5 plus 5, 10, 9 plus 1, 10. 1,000 metres is the same as 1 kilometre. All right, so that's how I've worked out how far a kilometre is, because I know a footy oval and I'm around them a lot. So that's one way. Instead of getting out your trundle wheel or getting out your car, you can work it out by using a footy oval. All right, so that's that first one. Describe how far 1 kilometre is in words. I can say 1 kilometre is 2 laps of an AFL oval plus 50 metres. Boom, I've finished that question. That's the first one. These ones I'm going to go through kind of quickly because I've also done this before I got here. So the amount of time it takes to walk 1 kilometre, I know that if you're kind of fit and not too slow, not too fast, it takes approximately 10 minutes. Then it says the amount of time it takes to run 1 kilometre, approximately, if you're not real fast like me. No, it actually depends on your pace, but I would say if we were to make it on average, I would say about, let's say, 5 to 6 minutes. How fast do you think you would be backstage? 2 minutes for Tyson. Cool. So again, it depends how fast you are running a kilometre. If you're jogging it, it'll be about this. If you're sprinting it, another story. It'll be a lot faster. It'll be less minutes. Jaden is saying 1 minute with his crutches. So, gosh, we've got an athlete here. I had no idea. An athlete from Borroloola. It's funny because you can only see me and I can see them. So this is great TV. All right, okay. We did this actually today in class. I'm going to quickly just do the first one with you. And then I'm going to show you something on Google Maps and then we're finished. So I'm going to put this football oval away. Chuck it over here. All right. This one here, we're looking at the length of airstrips in the NT. All the lengths are here, but we have to just write them in decimal form. First one's done for you. Darwin, the length of this is 3 kilometres and 354 metres. Then they've just put that in decimal form, 3.354. And then they've put it all in kilometres. Let's try the next one, and then I'll let you do the others by yourself. So Alice Springs, it's saying the airstrip is 2 kilometres and 438 metres. That's how far the plane has to slow down when it lands. So if I put it in decimal form, I'm going to take this first number and I'm going to put it here in front of the decimal. And behind the decimal, I'm going to put 438. 438. And that's how you convert this into decimal. Take the first number and then the second number. This one you're doing the other way around, so you're going to swap it. You'll take this first number, put it in the kilometres, second number, put it in front of metres. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to let you do that one on your own. Boom, last one. I'm going to show you to get you prepped for the weekend, and I'm going to show you on an iPad. Now, on this it's saying to use Google Maps to calculate travel distances in kilometres. Now, I use Google Maps all the time on my phone, but I'm going to use it on the iPad today. So the first one they've done here for you is Catherine to, now I don't actually know, is it Nooka? Nooka, all right, and I actually checked that. It is 321 kilometres, and that's that on the map there. I'm going to look up Birdham to Borroloola today, and I'm going to see the distance in kilometres, and I'll show you how to do that. All right, so can we see that iPad all right? Yep. All right. So I've already put Birdham in here and it's in the NT. I'm just going to click directions and I'm going to just swap that over so Birdham's up the top, and I've got to put Borroloola in here. Now, do you know I always struggle with the amount of R's and O's in this? So B-O-R-R. Oh, it's come up for me, great. Borroloola. We wait. Oh, how do we get the... Help! Is it that? Yeah, but then it's not giving me the amount. Aha, bit slow, sorry. All right, and if we zoom in, we can see it here or we can see it here. I'm just going to, before I actually show you the amount, Birdham is here, Borroloola is over here, so we're actually sort of going out east. It's saying by car it's going to take 5 hours and 18 minutes. The kilometres, you can see there, 382. So 382 kilometres to get between Birdham and Borroloola. So I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to write my answer in here. 382 kilometres. And that should, oh look, same picture. You can't see it that well, but there's a picture and there's the same picture there. So your job is going to be to grab a phone, see if you can borrow one or use your own, and have a look at these. Catherine to Kununurra, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be. Papunya to Alice Springs. And then there's some other ones down here that are all based in Darwin. I think I'm done. I think I'm done for a Friday and I'm ready for the weekend, and I'm sure you all are too. So thank you for tuning in. Another week done. I don't know how close I got then, but I hope you got a good view then. Oh, Fridays. Okay, see you next week. I'm pretty sure Paul and I will be swapping. I'll be doing some integrated learning. He might be doing some maths. Who knows? We've got a couple of days till then. But enjoy your weekend. See you soon. Bye.